guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, then welcome. My name is Janice. I love all things creativity and crafting, and recently I've been very into crocheting and creating patterns, so if that's something you're into as well, then you're in the right place. Today's video though is actually going to be slightly different from the previous ones because I'm actually very pregnant now, and I've been putting to the side actually getting ready for the nursery, for the hospital, and I thought, no, Janice, you need to get that sorted, because I know that the sooner I get it all sorted and out of the way, the sooner I can just relax and wait for my labour and just be stress-free and calm about it, you know, and just look forward to it, even though it is quite nerve-wracking thinking about the prospect of pushing a baby out. It's also slightly exciting. I don't know, mums and mums-to-be, if you're watching this, like, how are you feeling after your 30-week mark? Like, are you nervous? Are you excited? Are you a bit of both? Let me know. So apparently the 1 or 2 weeks before you're literally about to pop any minute, probably around the 35 to 36 week mark, is called the nesting period, and it's a period in which, and this could differ for all mothers because of course our babies grow differently, but there's commonly a phase where mothers feel a burst of energy, and it's like a very instinctive thing to start prepping to welcome our babies into this world. In the modern day, of course, that's when we double check that we've got all the essentials we need and the hospital bag packed and just the whole house cleaned and sanitized and baby proofed, all of that jazz. So this vlog is gonna be a bit of a nest with me vlog where I'm gonna go through all of the baby things I've already bought, sanitize all the bottles and all the feeding equipment, pumping things, and yeah, just go through my entire checklist. It's funny because I've had so many months to prepare already, but I swear there's just endless things you need for the baby. And trust me when I say that I'm really not the type of mom that goes OTT with baby stuff. I'm fully aware that you really only need the essentials, because anything fancy is more for the parents to appreciate than the baby, and babies outgrow so many things. So we're really lucky that we've got a lot of hand-me-downs from family, relatives, friends, and aside from that we've got all the essentials, but there are still things that come up, and I want to get to a place where I'm confident that I've got all the necessities covered. So I'm excited to finally enter my nesting era, and to add a bit of fun to nesting, of course, I'm going to be doing some crafting and crocheting. So I'm actually doing something slightly different today. Instead of crocheting, I'm going to be embroidering, and I got this embroidery set that's meant to look like this. And I love that it already comes with the entire kit, so all I have to do really is follow along the instructions, and I think it's going to be so fun. So as you can see, the canvas already comes with the sort of design that you're meant to do, and it also comes with a sewing needle already, and then attach it to this frame. If this comes out nicely, then I'll hopefully be able to frame it up with an additional frame that I also purchased, so I'm very excited about that. And then I also plan on making a unicorn plushie, which I'm so excited about. Hopefully it won't take very long because I bought a really thick yarn for it, and the pattern isn't actually a very big pattern, so it's actually supposed to be for a mini unicorn, but then I wanted a slightly bigger version, which is why I got bigger yarn for it. But my point is, it should hopefully not take very long to make, because I do want to focus more on nesting rather than crocheting. I've actually got a few colours here that I'm not really sure which pink to use, so I was thinking pink for the body and then yellow for the hair. I've got cream yarn somewhere. Here it is. I've got cream yarn for maybe the horn, and some other bits to complement. But then I've got a few shades of pink as well. And I'm so indecisive which one to use, so we'll see about that. So yeah, let's get nesting and crafting.
Just where it was needed, gleaming black as night, cloistered in injustice, dead in the eye of time. Nobody is losing, faces merge and change, but your face remains the same.
Okay, so I realised I might have been embroidering this in a wrong way. Not wrong, but slightly less economical way. Because what I've been doing is, if you look at the back, I've basically been doing it top down, and then from the back down, back to the top, and then doing it in loops. But then I realised, well, I'm a bit worried that I'm going to run out of thread pretty quickly by doing it that way. So now I've sort of changed it to doing it top down in the front and then going like a millimeter to the left and then doing another down back up from the outside and so forth. And that way I should save a lot more thread because it's not like I can just repurchase this without buying the entire set again, which I don't want to do. This is actually weirdly therapeutic, and a friend actually recently pointed out to me as well that ever since I got her into crocheting, she's been snacking a lot less in front of the TV because, you know, she's kept busy doing something else, which I've noticed I've stopped doing as well. I haven't snacked as much in front of the TV ever since I've been doing crafts. And you know, I'm really enjoying embroidering. It's quite nice doing something else for a change that's also crafting related, but just requires a different type of skill set, a different type of concentration, or maybe it's the novelty of it, just, you know, doing something new for a change. In case it wasn't very clear earlier what I meant, I thought I'd show you. So this is what I mean. At the start, I was basically doing whatever I did to the front, to the back as well. But then gradually I started to just do the lines in the front and then sort of do small shifts at the back so I'm not wasting as much thread. But as you can see in the front, it still looks the same. So that's my attempt to save as much thread as I can so I don't run out and have to buy another set.
The swallows will be here by dawn. When we're finally sober, they'll be gone. The trees will bloom and ice will melt. We'll always remember how it felt. Just what it was needed, clean in the blackest night, cloistered in injustice dead, and in the eyes of time, nobody is losing. The spirals will be here by dawn. When we finally sober, they'll be gone. The trees will bloom and ice will melt.
In between prepping though, of course, I couldn't help myself and I got distracted crocheting. And at the moment, can you guess what I'm making? At the moment, I'm actually in the process of improvising a little mobile hanger for the cot. If you don't know what that is, I didn't even know the term for it either, but it's basically that little toy that hangs at the end of the cot. I'll insert an image so we're on the same page here. But yeah, so I've made this heart, which I'm really happy with. A heart's a heart, but I wanted to make it more chunky and wide instead of it being more narrow, and I'm quite happy with how it turned out. I'm so happy with the color as well. And I'm also making a little cloud to go next to it as well. So I'm going to have hearts and clouds, and then I'm going to think about what else, a third sort of ornament to display on the hanger. So I'll keep you updated on what I end up making. So yeah, that's what I've been doing whilst putting off nesting again. But it's the weekend and I definitely need to just push myself to get it all done. Anyway, that's enough of my rambling. Let me get everything sorted and then we'll get back to crocheting. So I'm going to try my best to explain this on the written pattern, but in case you're already watching this video and you plan on making this cloud as well, I'm going to quickly show you how to pull a little loop through, like this bit here. And basically what you do is, for the cloud, it's going to be between rows 11 and 12 here. I've already identified the highest point, which is around here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to insert the hook through, and this is row 11, by the way. I've inserted my hook through the highest point of row 11, and then I'm going to take the 12 centimeter thread that I reserved from the start, and I'm going to pull it through like this. But the thing is, if I tie a knot now, it's just gonna, because the yarn is so thin, it's just gonna pull all the way through. So that's why from here, I'm gonna pull one side of the loop completely out, like so. From the inside, I'm gonna insert my hook through the same highest point, but row 12, right next to it. And then I'm going to pull this loop back in. Ooh. Like so. And then here you've got the loop here. And then I'm just going to quickly balance it out. It's going to be around 1 centimeter in height. That's perfect. And then on the inside, I'm just going to balance it out. And then from here, I'm just going to tie a double knot on the inside. And then that's how you're going to get this bit here for every piece. I hope that explanation was a little bit more understandable. I'm going to try my best to explain this on the written pattern as well.
We'll always remember how it felt.
Guys, the sheep is finally done. How cute is that? And then, of course, I'm gonna pair it with the little heart and then the cloud as well. I'm so proud of how this turned out. It's my first time making a sheep ever, and I've always wanted to make one. And the thing is, the prospect of making a sheep just seemed so, not intimidating, but long, but it was so worth it. Just look at that. I'm just in the process of taking lots of photos while the sun is still out, and then I'm probably going to spend tonight writing up this pattern, and then I'm gonna sew one more of each so that I can take more photos and make it as clear as possible for all of you who want to recreate this pattern. So I think that's what I'm gonna do for the rest of the day. And I just can't wait to have the whole piece done now. Okay, so the body of the unicorn is done, but now I'm trying to decide what color I should do the horn, the nose, and the wings at the back. So I've got this pink here, and then I've also got this lighter pink here that's more similar in shade, but a slight kind of contrast. So this pink here would be like a subtle contrast, whereas this pink would be a lot more sharp, and I'm inclined to go with this one, but I'm really not sure. And then I've picked out this yellow for the hair because I thought I'd jazz it up a bit and make her more interesting, more edgy maybe. So lots of colors to choose from, and I have no idea what to do. Okay guys, I'm really indecisive. I thought I would add a bit of contrast to the unicorn by making like a slightly darker pink nose, but then it just looks kind of like a beak, and I don't really want that to happen. The thing is, all of it is in this light shade right now, so I just wanted to, yeah, add more contrast. But then it just didn't look right, so I decided to make the same colored nose just to compare. And I mean, it's really cute, but it's playing it safe. Am I playing it too safe? Gosh, I really don't know. This is how the unicorn turned out, and I love it. I love how the colours really go, and I'm so glad I went with the decision to go with a darker horn and darker wings instead of using white, which would have made it very basic, I think. I really wanted to take a risk with the colours, and it paid off, I think. And the yellow hair is absolutely adorable. I must say, this is probably the funnest amigurumi I've made to date, just because A, it's so cute, and B, there was just a lot of room for flexibility and creativity, which I didn't really like at first, to be completely honest. And this is not a dig at the pattern creator at all, because I think this is an adorable pattern, but there were parts of the pattern that weren't very clear. Having tried a lot of patterns from different pattern designers, there are some that are written so that they're clear step-by-step instructions to follow, whereas this pattern here offered more room for flexibility and personal creativity, which I didn't really like at first. But the more I made this and the more I tried to understand what the pattern was actually saying, the more I really enjoyed just having more creative control over where things should be placed. So, for example, it wasn't very clear where the hair should be crocheted on, but then I quite liked that because I ended up just doing what I felt was most appropriate. And then even the strands of hair were, it was kind of up to you how many you wanted to do. If that makes sense. Same for the tail. And in the end, I feel like I did the perfect amount because I'm so happy with how it turned out. I'd go as far as to say I want to make so many more of this unicorn in different colours, which I can't say for all patterns that I've got. Some of them I do it once. It was nice, and I don't feel the urge to make another of the same amigurumi, but then with this, I really want to make it in more colours. I don't know, should I set up a limited time custom Etsy listing for this unicorn? Let me know, because I really want an excuse to make more, or I'll just make some and gift them to friends, because I'm sure friends will really appreciate this. And then also let me know what colours I should do next. I'm thinking maybe like a light purple themed one, or I could even make the hair like a multicoloured using multicoloured yarn. And so just to show you the back again, this is the tail, these are the wings, and then this is the curly hair. Yeah, and this is using very chunky yarn, so you can make this as small or as big as you want. I'll leave the pattern below for you. And on another note, I'll also have my Cot Mobile pattern available, which will be my first ever pattern listed on Etsy. It's not the first ever pattern I've made, but the first ever pattern I'm proud enough to sell, so that means something. And to be honest, you don't even have to make it into a Cot Mobile. If you want to make like a small sheep keychain for your purse or heart or the cloud, then those patterns would be more than suitable as well. All you have to do is get like keychain rings from Amazon, which you can just attach, and I know keychains on purses are all the rave these days. My best friend's already asked for one for a keychain for her bag, so that's an idea. If you haven't got any babies to make a Cot Mobile for, you can also use it for that. But I can guarantee that if you have got babies around you, this counting sheep cot mobile is just, I'm just so proud of how it turned out. Of course, no pressure whatsoever to purchase it, but I thought I'd share it anyway. So yeah, I'm gonna end the vlog here. I hope you enjoyed nesting with me. I'm probably going to turn it into a short series because I've still got a lot of nesting to do. I've got a lot of other gifts to crochet for other babies around me, so stay tuned for that. And I'd also love to take you along with me to pack my hospital bag because it could be useful if you're also in the same position. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this vlog. I'm gonna end it here. If you've made it this far, thank you so much for watching, for staying with me, for supporting my channel. I truly appreciate it. And I will see you next time. Bye!